his home and his mother, yeah, he gets really
Absolutely,
upset.
I get it. But if he's all about the law states that he can't carry into a
That's
municipal building. That
I
is
know.
against the law.
I know that's against the law.
I didn't make the laws, but I have to. I
But
am
isn't
charged
it
with
against the
enforcing them.
law to shoot people who are unarmed and stuff like that? And
Sure,
police-
and that's the same thing as bad guys shooting
they-
good guys.
They do it all the time.
They do it all
right?
the time. Good guys shoot good
That's
guys. Bad guys
exactly
shoot
right.
bad guys. Good
So
guys
that's
shoot bad
the way
guys.
he
It's just-
sees it.
okay.
So he
Well-
believes that he should be able to be armed anywhere he
Sure.
goes.
But he just can't
because-
be armed in here.
Well,
Because allegedly the laws that he's allegedly defending says he cannot, and that is the laws. You can't pick and choose what laws you like and what laws you don't
the
like.
police do.
Okay, I'm not going to get into that. I don't.
I just had it
I
happen
don't.
to me,
I know.
so yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay, I am the police chief here.
Every time they
And-
stop him, they handcuff him.
Okay.
My
Well, probably because he
brother-in-law-
acts that way. If he acts that way, I don't blame him.
No, he's usually very polite and quiet. My son is not normally this angry.
Okay,
Okay.
I understand, and it's all good. I'm here to talk to you as a courtesy to you,
Okay.
and because something was involved with one of my officers.
Yes.
And, you know, prior to, I've never had any incidences with Christopher, never talked to him, I've never seen him in my life.
Okay.
Never
Well,
have
he's-
I seen you,
He's
that
had
I recall.
he had talks with some of your policemen
Okay,
from
has
here.
not with me,
No, not with you. Probably
not with me.
Okay,
Okay, so,
that's fine.
if he wants respect, he needs to put out respect before he can get respect.
Well, see, he feels
And-
like he has equal respect to you. You
And
don't
I have equal respect to
understand.
him. I have equal
Right.
respect to him. I don't know
If
him
you
from
do,
anybody.
if you took your gun off, he'd take his gun
It doesn't
off.
work
See,
that way. This is
This is your house.
This is
Well, at our house, they come after us. They had people down the road, okay, waiting in cars. Evidently, none of this was called in
all
to
right.
Chandler.
So let's back up real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just start all over
all right.
so that we can stay on even ground with this thing and we don't get all on these tangents deals. So basically, I asked that you come in to talk to you. 'Cause
Right.
I came out there to talk to you guys because I was trying to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
I heard about it last night about 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, he heard chatter
Is-
on the radio. He said they were talking about it at 3
And they
o'clock.
weren't
He-
talking about it 3 o'clock this
Well,
morning.
he
Nobody
did-
heard chatter. He's
Oh,
hearing things that hear that.
3 to 4 o'clock.
I'm telling you, the chatter came across here,
And
it
there
was in the
wasn't
text message.
there wasn't helicopters above where we were
No,
at last. Well, there
no.
was because they
There's
were
not.
seen.
We don't have helicopters.
I don't think McLeod does, but there were helicopters. Okay, let's
Okay.
forget all this. Let's go over to what we're here to talk about.
I'm telling you, there was no helicopters.
Yeah.
In fact, by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, somewhere in that time, there was no officers out there. And just to let you know, there was another call. You can find out for yourselves. In fact, your daughter said, yeah, there was another call involved a
Yeah, when
shooting.
we were at the casino.
That
yes.
involves some shooting.
Yes.
A guy was allegedly poaching some deer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So all this that you guys think that had tied to you guys really truly had nothing to do with you guys.
So the 5 cars that were parked outside
it's
our
grown
driveway.
from 2. It's grown from 2 when I talked to your daughter to 5.
Because she didn't see the
Hang
others
on
down
one
at
second.
the.
I hate to interrupt. I'm the
Okay.
only one here.
All right.
Police department. Police department. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's not hurting nothing. He's just out. I know. We're dealing with the situation right now, but he's fine. He's not breaking any laws. He can stand out there if he likes. And it, huh? Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, I understand. If you do me a favor, just go on about your way and let him do his thing. And
He's not a danger to anybody.
he's, you know, if he's just standing around, he's just fine. He's just fine. The Oklahoma law states he can have open carry, and so I'm actually talking to his mother here at the house, at the PD now. Okay? Yes. All right, thanks. All right, bye. Let me call dispatch and tell them just so they don't send a
Okay,
bunch of...
yes, please. Because people see something like that, they all call.
Yeah,
in.
they're calling. They're already. And see, this is the problem. This is, you know, people don't understand the law on both sides of it.
Yeah.
He's not breaking any laws. That's why I'm out there. He's not breaking any laws.
He
He's
has
right standing
never
out there if he
broke a
wants.
law
But he can't come in the
in
building.
his life, except maybe speeding. He got a couple speeding tickets.
Yeah. Hey, this is Chief Elliott. You're probably going to start getting some calls. There's a gentleman outside my police department with an AR. He's fine right now. He's Kevlar'd up. I'm talking to his mom inside the PD. But so if they do, just don't send the cavalry or nothing. We're okay. We're good. He's not breaking any laws. He's in good shape. Okay. Thanks. Bye. I got about 3 guys out. If they come by, they'll be going, think I'm under siege. We're good. I apologize.
The only way he can get across what he really is trying to say is to be this way, you understand?
No, it's
'Cause
not true.
No, they won't know.
If he would sit and talk
Every-
like an average
no.
person
No,
to
he
me,
can. He's very
then
intelligent.
hey, could you notify my officers out there and tell them not to come by and freak out, that it's all good? Just all my officers. This is Chief Elliott. Your other one. Okay. Yeah, we've got a guy standing out of our side of our PD with an AR, and he's kitted up. He's not breaking any laws. He's good right now. I'm talking to his mom inside. So. Okay. Okay, that's why I called you. Okay, thanks. Bye. All right. So, anyway, there's nobody that's more Second Amendment strong than I am. I promise you that. I taught more concealed carry classes than anybody in the state of Oklahoma because I believe in the citizens being armed. I believe it. I think the only thing to stop a bad guy is a good guy doing the right thing. Solely believe that. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in the Second Amendment. I probably have, like I said, taught more classes than anybody in the state of Oklahoma. But there's certain things that I do know is that, we can't pick and choose the laws that we enforce. We have to enforce all the laws. But on the same side, though, the citizens that voted for these laws, this is dispatch. I knew this was going to happen. This is Wes. Negative. No, not at this. No, it's not it's right now, he's at an agitated state, and I just want people just to leave him alone for right now. I'm in here talking to his mom, and he's not staging or nothing like that. He's making a statement more than anything right now, so we'll just let him make his statement. Okay. All right, thanks. Bye. All right.
Okay, I guess.
So, we can't pick and choose, was what I was saying.
Right, but
And-
let's go over first what happened out here. and then
Absolutely.
we'll
Yeah,
get
let's stay
to the
on
other
that. That's
stuff.
it.
We'll
This deal
stay
out
on
here with
track
him, he'll
for
calm
this,
down.
And then I'll talk about that later.
And I hope he's a man of honor, and he'll
Oh, he
see
is.
that, and I don't doubt that, because I don't know him.
Yeah,
But I hope that he sees that I don't care what he's experienced in the past with police officers or chiefs here or officers here, it doesn't matter to me. All I can be, even though I bear the responsibility of those guys, as I do with my guys
Right.
now, and you're going to find that out today, is I bear that burden from what they've done in the past. I hope that people judge me on the man that I am and the integrity and honor that I have.
that's all
and,
you can do.
And how I've changed. And if you ask around in this town, they will tell you that nobody's changed this department more than I have in the last year.
Well, we haven't talked to a whole lot
Yeah.
of police here.
So,
Not in years.
last night, tell me,
Okay.
kind of just go over what
Okay,
happened.
last night, we heard, my grandson called and said the police truck, the guy in the police truck was dumping trash in our trash can.
Mhm.
Okay, so me and my husband because I had told his girlfriend Dawn before, if she doesn't pay for the trash can or pay in on it, she has to get her own trash can like everybody else in
That's
the town
fair.
and everywhere else. Okay, well, he was coming down the road and he had my daughter stopped and he was talking to her. And she had him on video, and he was pretty polite to her. Okay, when she went past, I pulled up beside him and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Well, I just stopped them because they looked suspicious." He kept asking me where she lives. I said, "She's my daughter. She lives across the road from me, just up the road." And he asked me that several times. And he says, "How long has she lived out here?" I said, "All of her life. My kids went to McLeod School for 13 years, both of them."
Right.
You can talk.
What time do you think this was roughly?
This was around 6 o'clock, I
That's-
believe.
Okay. Yeah, that's about okay.
And then he said that, and I said, "Oh, by the way, you can't throw your trash in my trash can." And he started getting angry. I said, that is only for the people. And you know what he told me? He told me he was chief of police. He had an OU sweatshirt on. He lit up my daughter, which I know is illegal. He started telling me, yelling at me. My daughter could hear him screaming up the road. She came down with her phone and was recording more. He was screaming at me that I was not his boss, that he was the boss, and he was going to tell me what to do. Okay? And I said, you're just here visiting your friend? I said, you don't live here? You don't pay for any of the amenities to the places I take care of? I said, I've told Dawn before she can't dump in that trash can. And he started ringing all these city ordinances, how it was a road and everybody on that road. I said, no, you can't. I said, she's buying that from my other sister. That's her property. What she does over there is her problem. She has to pay for her own stuff.
Dawn, his girlfriend, is buying the land from your sister?
Yes.
Okay.
Not the one that
I'm
passed
just making
away,
sure I
but the other
stay.
one. Yes. Okay. And so he started screaming at me, telling me that to shut up because he was the boss. And he's going to tell me what to do.
Okay.
And he started rambling off all this stuff and then he'd get his ordinances mixed up and he would say something about I said, in town we all have our trash cans. You telling me this he says, well, isn't it over you to take care of all this stuff? I said, no. I said, those people own that land. Your girlfriend owns that land. The people down here, they're responsible for cutting their own grass, paying their own trash. They're supposed to put in money on the road too, but nobody does. So I'm going to get my lawyer to send them all letters, including Dawn, that if they don't start paying, that we will start putting liens on their property.
Right.
Because this has been years going on. I spent
Right.
$3,000 on it not too long ago.
Real quick, that out there is not city limits, so I don't think
No.
the city ordinances have anything applicable to you at all.
No, he started coming up
Right.
with a whole bunch it was basically bull hockey.
Okay.
Okay?
And
And
I
I
was just
knew
thinking,
it.
you probably use like East Side Trash Service.
Yes, East Side Waste, yes.
But you don't pay your bill to the city of McLeod.
No,
You pay
had
to
nothing
East
to
Side.
do with it. It's
Okay.
East Side.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought. I just want to make sure I'm on.
He got very angry. My husband had texted my son to come out there. He says, we're having trouble with the policeman, because he was screaming at me
Okay.
very loudly. He misrepresented himself, first of all, as chief of police in McLeod.
And he specifically told you he was the chief of police.
Yes, and he told my daughter that too. You already talked to her, right?
Yes, ma'am. She never heard him say that. What she heard was him identify himself as sergeant. And
Well, he misrepresented himself either way, right? He's
Right.
not a
Yes,
sergeant either, correct?
no, he's not.
So
He's
however
not.
he said it, it's a lie,
Mhm.
correct? Because I'm recording it. He
Sure.
lied to us.
If that's what he said, I
he
wasn't
put his
there, so I
light-
can't tell you if he did or not.
I was there.
Mhm.
He put on his lights. He stopped them for no reason. He said they look suspicious. You know, he's been out there quite a bit. Sometimes he's
Right.
gone for a while. But he doesn't own anything. He doesn't have his name on anything out there. None of what goes out there, he's just visiting his girlfriend or whatever.
Sure, yes, ma'am.
And none of the other people's business is like, his business. And he started telling me that he gave people tickets for putting stuff in the trash can. I said, oh, well, how come you can? And then again, he was, because I'm the boss and I'm telling you, I can tell you what to do. You cannot tell me what to do. I said, we're just here as neighbors. I said, you're not in uniform, you're not on duty. I'm treating you and talking to you like I would any of my other neighbors.
Right.
And then Chris pulled up in his Jeep and he had his stuff on like he does now and he got out. Well, he said, okay, well, I'll see you later. Have a good day. And he took off, okay? And my son yelled at him, called him the P word and flipped him off, okay? Like he's kind of out there, like right now. Okay, he ran in the house and you could talk to the other Indian people, the Harjos down there. They heard everything.
Yes, ma'am.
And he was screaming to call back up because there was a man out there and he had threatened to shoot him with a rifle.
Okay.
Okay.
You say he called?
He called somebody. He was on the phone and he was screaming. And he said, get out here because there's a guy out here. He's got a rifle and he's saying he's going to shoot me. And that's what he said.
Well, if he called dispatch, that'll be recorded, so we'll find that.
He didn't. He called one of his buddies that he said was coming over for dinner. 3 or 4 of his buddies showed up. And he told us they were his dinner guests. They weren't out there to do anything but for dinner. Okay?
Well, I do know this. I don't know about the other ones, but I do know that one of the officers actually was invited out to dinner that evening. Now, it coincidence, I don't know about the other guys, but the one officer that I know about, that I've already talked to today.
So he might have been, I don't
So
know.
he was actually invited to dinner prior to all
That's what
this.
he said.
So,
But
and I'm
they
not
didn't
saying-
come out until after he called them.
Right.
And then they all arrived.
He was told to be out there about 7:30.
Well,
is
he
about
was
the
there
time
a little earlier.
Yeah, he may have been. But I'm just
Okay.
telling you that so
Besides this,
I
we
believe
have
a lot of what you're
we
saying.
have our own reconnaissance.
Uh-huh.
We have our own videos. There was several cars staged down at the road that weren't up at the top. There were people in the woods over here walking through the woods because I saw them. There was a lady over by the trailer, a woman policeman, and she was over there on that side hiding behind the trees. Okay.
That I couldn't tell you because the only thing that I have.
We had
on
several
dispatch-
other people come out there,
Okay.
like my grandson, and there was 3 or 4
Yeah.
of my son's friends.
That I don't know.
They
I
were
can tell
all
you
out
that
there.
none of my officers, except for
When
the
they
one
were
that I told
coming
you
out
about,
here, they said there was a helicopter.
we didn't
That
have
it
no
was
helicopter.
really high. Well, this is what he said.
Who
Okay,
said?
one of my Christopher's friends.
Okay.
Okay, these young guys, they're friends. Okay, because they believe in the same thing.
Sure.
That all of our men, we're getting everything taken away. How about England? You know, in
I
there you
agree.
have to have a license to buy silverware.
You're not going to get me to argue with you about
The
anything.
insanity is coming to the United States,
is.
and you do
It is.
realize that, right?
It's coming. Yeah. You're not going
And
to get
in
me to argue with you
Virginia,
on it.
they passed laws to ban a bunch of stuff up there already. He's got a lot of friends in Virginia.
Yeah, well,
They had 22,000 people up there. It wasn't even covered.
Hopefully,
But he had it all covered.
will get get the brakes put on and none of that will happen.
Basis is
so-
that you know about the guy in Allen that just got killed, right? Because the other policeman out there hadn't even heard about it.
No.
Allen, Oklahoma,
Uh-uh.
the guy that drove through the house
Oh,
and
yes.
shot the guy 6 times.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I heard about an officer drive. No, that was more that the
No.
officer drove through and almost hit a handicapped kid or something.
Nope, this
No,
is
I
in
didn't hear
Allen, Oklahoma. He came home from work in the oil fields. They were going to pull him over for a traffic spot, is all the information. He went to his home. He refused to come out. Well, in about 12 hours, they had SWAT teams. They had helicopters. This is not on the news, and you won't see it on the 4 o'clock news, and it
Right.
may not even be on the
When
internet
this
anymore.
happened?
About a week ago.
Oh.
And they
Okay.
ran through the front of the house with their vehicles and shot him 6 times. And there's
Hmm.
no clear evidence that he had a gun.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was 3 stories. He had a gun, he pointed at him, and he didn't have a gun.
Right.
Usually when there's 3 stories, somebody's lying.
There's somebody.
Okay,
generally,
we
man-
don't know who's lying,
Yeah.
but basically they were pissed at him and they
Based
shot
on
him.
perception, people's perception, I wouldn't. There's always. So don't take this as based on people's perception and their viewpoint of what incident took place. There's usually 2 stories in the middle. Somewhere in the middle is usually the absolute truth.
Right.
Based on people's perception and the viewpoint that they
Right.
were. So that's
Well,
what we have to
you
work
know,
through. So
cops
luckily
shoot
we're.
kids with Skittles,
Yeah.
cell phones.
Yeah.
Somebody raises a
So-
pipe and they shoot them. They're not
Right.
coming at them or about
Right.
to hit them. They're way fair war. They should not have the right to do that. Do you know that a man here a while back, and you probably heard about it, he was running from the police. They got out of the car. Okay. The officer was shooting at him and he shot at the officer. He killed the officer. Okay. This is in recent news within the last month or so. They went to court. They convicted the guy of killing the officer and gave him the death penalty. I know a woman at Lowe's in Shawnee. Her niece was killed by her sister's. Her sister was the mother. Okay, her sister's child was the mother. Okay, so this was like her grandniece, I guess.
Right.
Her and her boyfriend killed a 3-year-old girl, beat her to death. The woman got 8 years and the guy got 10 years. Now, how is that? How in the hell is that anything way fair?
I don't know.
Police are the only people that can shoot you over a seatbelt violation.
Well, I disagree with that.
Oh, they
We
can,
don't
and
have
they
the right
will.
to shoot anybody over seatbelt.
They
violations.
will if you refuse to take it, and if you
No.
refuse to handcuff them, it will go down to violence.
It doesn't. We don't have the right to shoot anybody for seatbelt violation. I'll disagree with that. Nowhere in the law does it say.
There was a lady, 80 years old, that got maced and everything because she had a tail light out.
You know, there's a lot more to that story. We're not going to get into all
Okay,
that.
well-
So let's stay on the subject at hand, and trust me, you're not going to get me to fired up and argue with you about any of this stuff because I'm high.
These
I'm
are
big
just the
time.
things that are happening.
Right,
you know?
I understand that.
And this
but
is why you have to have everything recorded anytime
absolutely.
you talk
And you know
to
what?
anybody.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it. I think it keeps everybody. The truth is in the in the recordings. So let me just tell you a little bit about because I want you to know that I take this very, very, very extremely seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Serious. I've been working on this all day. I came in today. Today's President's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I am the chief of police,
Right.
and my name's all over the place here. So without a doubt, I'm not making that up.
Mm-hmm.
as just so you know, and I came in on my day off and for President's Day to come in and work on this issue because I take it that serious.
Yes,
Where
you should.
I could have
too.
had the day home, and absolutely I should. And I'm not asking for, hey, good for you. That's just my job. This is what I do. So I take it serious. I've been working on this all day. I went out, spoke to your daughter, spoke to some other people, spoke to the officer, spoke to dispatch, and several other things. So we do have an internal investigation going on right now. I'm waiting till tomorrow to talk to the sheriff of Lincoln County. He wasn't available for me to contact him, Charlie Doherty. I don't know if you know Charlie Doherty or not.
No.
Super great guy, really good guy. So I'm going to talk to him tomorrow. I can tell you this though, because I take this extremely serious. I have suspended Officer Jones pending the outcome of the investigation. We'll decide what to do at that point.
So what
But-
do I do about him being my neighbor?
Absolutely nothing. You
He
live in the
doesn't
county.
live there.
There's nothing you can do about it. I'm just telling you. Unfortunately, there's the pros and cons of living in the county. One of them is even if he lived in the city, I would tell you there's
Right.
nothing we could do about that.
Right.
But what I would ask that you do, and this is my sergeant. Hey, Mike, I'm good. Yep. All right, Mike. I think that's what he's going to ask. This is an actual complaint form. I
Okay.
gave one to your daughter.
Okay.
And if you want to take that with you and fill it out,
Okay.
you're more than happy to. And then bring it back. I'm not saying you have to fill it out. That would help me in my investigation.
Okay.
I believe you guys filled out a statement form for
They
Lincoln
did
County.
last night. Yes.
And I'll get a copy of that. But this is an official form for us that we put in the file that we start the investigation. And it's not just me doing the investigation either. Well, basically, the way I plan to handle this is I'm bringing my assistant chief in on the investigation, and that way we have two sets of eyes, two
Right.
two individuals looking at all the evidence, so that we can make a decision. I can tell you this that based on what you've explained to me, I don't condone that behavior. And the kind of way I tell my guys is, I don't want my mom treated that way. I don't want my family members treated that way, and I wouldn't want me treated that way. In a manner of disrespect. I don't believe in it.
I don't believe that police officers should have any rights that people don't have.
Well, we don't have.
We all have the same
We
rights.
all have the same
right?
rights. You bet. We all have the same rights.
But that doesn't give them the ability to talk to me because I was telling him you can't use that can and him making up all kinds of
Right.
bull crap out of thin air because I am not that stupid, okay?
Right. And
To
I'm not going
lie
to disagree with
me
you that.
I mean, that's disrespectful
Yeah.
to me
It's very
and the
disrespectful.
public.
And I apologize as far as from
And they
me
did
to
have
you.
people staging down there because we got video proof of it, okay?
Okay. I can't tell you they did or not. The radio logs, and that's all I have to go off of. I don't have magic. I can't go poof poof who's there. But I can tell you that the radio logs don't support
The
that.
people in Chandler said that nothing was called into them. I don't think he called into you, right? His buddies came out there, right?
His
You
buddies
didn't
came in
call
there.
you.
He didn't call me.
No, he didn't.
He didn't
did
call
he?
me. But I can tell you this, that from what I understand, that there was two officers. There was a Kickapoo officer and a county deputy that went out there.
Yes, and we talked to them.
That's the two officers that to my knowledge. Now I don't.
There were
like I said,
several other
I
officers
can't
out
go
there.
poof and look back in time and see who all was there. Don't know.
Well, I got video
But-
of it. If you want
okay.
to see it, I'll show
Yeah,
it to you.
yeah. If you get a chance to show it to me, I'd be glad to look at it.
Because there were several people
Yeah.
out there, and they were off because I had people off in the bushes. Okay.
Yeah.
And they were videotaping this stuff.
Yeah.
You know why? Because the police lie, just like he was lying to me.
Okay. I can't.
They
take-
will do like doctors to cover their own. Maybe you don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is a thing that nobody wants to be a police officer anymore unless they're like that guy. He's telling me, I've got 600 acres in Lincoln. Why do I care?
Yeah.
And then he started complaining about the road. I said, this is none of your business.
Yeah.
He's just grabbing at crap.
I went down your road, so if he wants to buy a bunch of gravel and put on your
I
road,
told
you'll let him
him.
put trash in the trash can.
Yeah, you pay for something, you bet.
There you go.
Use
That's
my trash
reasonable.
can. It's very reasonable.
That's very reasonable.
It's like
just tell him, hey, if you want to stay down here, you want to buy about $4,000 or $5,000 worth of gravel, put on this road.
I put $3,000 in it a couple years ago. It cost a lot of money.
I live on a little private road, and I put gravel, and I own a dump truck, and I put gravel on it constantly.
Yeah,
so,
it's just
but,
maintenance.
Ma'am, I want to tell you this, and if you want to fill that out for me, please do.
Okay.
But I don't want you to think that nothing's being done. I moved pretty swift. I got some information. I got enough information that I made the decision that I suspended him. I have his badge. I have his card.
And his gun,
and his vehicle.
His vehicle.
He actually owned his own firearm.
Okay, good.
He owns his own firearm. So,
but he has no right to act as a policeman.
No, ma'am, he does not.
And
at
if
this
we're
time.
not doing anything wrong, he has no right
reason
to call anybody or do anything.
He
right?
does not. He is not. It's already
Okay.
been. He is completely 100% suspended. I have his vehicle out here. I went back out there a little while ago to by your house. Your gate was open.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yeah, my daughter was real surprised to see you.
Yeah.
She thought you were the exterminator.
Oh, now, but
Yeah.
so I went and got it. I'm just letting you know that I take this stuff extremely seriously. I take it very personal because I believe in
Okay. The guy at the high school, the older guy, talks inappropriately to one of my renters.
First of all, your daughter said something about that.
Yes.
There's parts of the story. See, that's the problem with some of the stuff. Did you guys?
No, I would
everybody
have
just
to
gets bits
ask
and
her
pieces.
parents, and
Yeah.
she would have to come in to talk to
Yeah.
you.
So what happened was, and golly, I can't even. Oh, I just got it. Nicole Smith. Nicole is her last name. Not this little girl. The actress is
I
Anna
don't know.
Nicole Smith. Okay.
Some porn star.
Okay. So
He said she was a porn star.
he didn't say that. So what he said.
Okay, he's telling you he didn't say that.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm not going to argue with you on it. I'm going to tell you that I know Mackie Keener
Yeah.
as a human being, as a man. He's a God-fearing individual, and he is a wonderful, wonderful gentleman.
Well, priests are God-fearing too, aren't they? They say
and so are
they
you.
are, and
I
so
hope.
am I.
Okay,
So we say
what he
we are.
said to her was, he goes, man, you ought to be in movies. He says, you look like this Anna Nicole Smith. Well, I guess the little girl didn't even know who Anna Nicole Smith
No.
was, and neither did Mackie. Mackie had no idea who she was. So afterwards,
That's a lie.
Mr. Jennings. Okay, you don't know that because you don't.
I don't know
unless
that.
you're a mind reader.
I am just telling you in my
I am telling you,
opinion.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, sitting here at this desk, I didn't know Anna Nicole Smith was a porn
Well,
star.
you probably haven't seen any of her movies, have you?
No. So what makes you think that Mackie has? And he's 60 some years
Because
of
he
age.
knows who she is and he knows what she looks like.
He basically
How would
said-
he know unless he
I know
saw
who
some
she is
of
and
her
what she
movies?
looks like, but I didn't know she was a porn star. So anyway, just listen and for a second. And so Mr. Jennings called him in, and Mr. Jennings said, "Hey, Mackie, this kind of way," and Mackie was dumbfounded. Mackie called me, and he goes, "Chief," and he was shaking. I mean, his hands. He goes, "I didn't even know. I had no clue." He said, and he was literally, and I can pretty much. I've done this for many years. He was sick to his stomach, almost ready to, and because he did not know who she was, and he was almost in tears that he said that to her, and he was in tears. I'm not exaggerating at all. This man was terrified and in tears that he said something like that and didn't know, and he apologized 100 times over.
Okay, let me tell you something. It isn't appropriate for an officer at a school to talk to a little girl about how beautiful she is and that she should be in movies. Nowadays, maybe before, you could get by with it. That isn't appropriate. You cannot do that anymore.
Okay, so that's what happened on that. But on this deal, I hope that you believe me that we are taking, we're looking into this. We're taking swift action.
I believe
my
you
assistant
as
chief.
far as anybody I can throw them. I hope I can believe
And I
you.
believe your story as far as I can throw you.
Okay, but
Fair
I
enough.
have proof, okay?
Okay, and I'm just telling you, I have proof that I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing.
Right,
So
that's good.
we need to work on equal,
Well,
respect here.
Do
is
you
that-
telling me this guy hasn't any complaints before?
Has he had any complaints before?
Yes.
He has, I'm sure in the years.
Because he's
But remember,
very
I've only-
demeaning talking
but
to
remember,
people.
I've only been here for a year. I
Okay.
took it over January the 14th
Mm-hmm.
of 2019 is the day that I took it over, January 14th. And so, from that time to here, I've been, keeping track of everything that's on there. So I can tell you this, that the department has made a 180-degree turn. You know, if this thing
Well,
took
you know,
place,
if I was personating an officer, what would happen to me?
well, he wasn't really personating an officer because he is an officer.
Okay, but if
But-
I was telling him something that I wasn't, and I wasn't in uniform,
Well,
I mean, I'm driving a police car. How
I'm
do
not
I
going to
know?
get into speculation.
You know,
of everything,
really
so-
though, you think about it. If I was doing that, I would be in
But
jail.
you're not an officer.
I would be in jail.
But you're not an officer.
Well, he
And
wasn't what
he's-
he told me he was either.
Well,
Exactly.
Title is not really. I mean, we're all police officers. The title is kind of one of those things. Is it inappropriate if he said he was the sergeant or the police chief? Absolutely. Is that going to play a big big role into my decisions? Absolutely. That's going to play a big role because I don't condone my people lying to you. And you can go out and you can talk to all my people that work for me, and they will tell you I'm probably the most upfront guy as far as that they've ever encountered, because if I have something going on, I pull them in and I tell them, hey, this is what's going on. I don't play games. I'd be horrible in that on brother or whatever that thing is on TV that they do, because I don't play games. I tell them straight out how things are, and,
Yeah,
and
well,
that's just the
it
way
doesn't
it is.
help that my husband was a truck driver, and he's been in truck stops before where the policemen were talking to each other and showing them their drop-down guns, as they
Yeah,
call
that's-
them, and their drugs he even had drugs planted on him one
Right.
time a long time ago. Okay.
Really? Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help us
Well, I can
believe or
I
trust
can tell you.
police.
I understand.
Okay, it does
I understand.
not.
I understand, but I've done absolutely nothing to
I'm
make you
not
distrust
blaming-
me.
I'm not blaming
So,
you for it.
Give me this. Give
I'm
me
just
this.
saying
this much to,
this guy is a dirtbag. Okay.
yeah, and
If
we're
I had anything to do with him, the way he was talking to me, if he talks to his wife, his girlfriend, any woman or anybody like that, or even a man, no,
yeah.
that's not right.
Well, if you'll do me a favor, what'll help me a lot is if you and your daughter will fill those out.
Yeah.
And if you want to fold them up, if you want to call me, I give my personal phone number to your daughter, and I'll give it to
Yeah,
you.
she has it.
And I'll give it to you. I don't have a problem giving it to you. And if you have any issues, anything any questions, call me.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it off to the side, and it's 405-823-5300. That's not a ghost number. It doesn't go to dispatch and then there. It goes directly to my cell phone. You can call it
Okay.
now. My phone's going
And
to
I
ring.
want to go over this one more time. You're not telling me there was not like 10 or 15 cops out there. Is
Not
what
to my
you're
knowledge.
telling me. Okay.
Not to my knowledge. To my knowledge, the only officers I know that were out there were a Kickapoo officer, a county officer, and then my officer was out there at some point in time about 7:30 or so to eat lunch, or eat dinner, I'm sorry. And he did tell me he was out there at that time.
They got out there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as
But he was
he
out there.
locked himself in
he
the
was out
house,
there after the
like he
fact.
thought we were gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Because he's a chicken shit. He
Well.
had a gun too. What's his problem? We were not out there to shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay, we
Oh,
were
I know
out
you
there to
were. I know
make
you guys
sure
were.
that he wasn't out there trying to abuse other people
Sure.
like he just did me.
Sure.
My,
and
my
I
son
apologize
takes
that you
it
feel that
very,
way.
very personal.
Absolutely, you're his mom.
Yes.
I would think less of him if he didn't. To be honest with you.
And I wasn't gonna leave, and he made me leave. He got
Yeah.
in tears. He said, "You gotta go."
Yeah. So
He said, "If something happens, I don't want you to get hurt."
sure, and that's
And he's
commendable.
not. He will not ever draw on anybody first. They were up there in Virginia, big protest that nobody heard about. 22,000 people.
Right.
They had cops, snipers everywhere. They had big ambulances. On TV, they were calling them neo-Nazis. You know why you haven't heard about it? Nobody started shooting.
Yeah.
If somebody would have started
It don't make
shooting,
big news.
there would have been a massacre.
Yeah. It don't make
And
big
not
news.
only that, as soon as this gets on videos and stuff, they start shutting it down.
Yeah.
Like the guy in Allen. Might not even be able to find that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go and get
Let's
my
go out.
son.
Let's talk to Chris real quick.